What do our words for numbers reveal about the human mind? If you know Spanish, you know that the way you form numbers changes after 15. Starting at 11, you say once, doce, trece, catorce, quince, and then starting at 16, you use words that mean 10 and 6 and 10 and 7 and so on. This happened because those lower Spanish numbers are really just reduced versions of the earlier Latin numbers they came from, and those Latin numbers meant things like 1 and 10 and 2 and 10 and so on. But Latin only did that up to 17. After 17, the numbers meant 2 from 20 and 1 from 20. This is a system called undercounting. So Latin changes how it counts at 18, but Spanish changes at 16. What's going on? It gets even weirder. Old Spanish also used the Latin order for the number 16, so it used to not switch until the number 17. French also makes the switch at 17. So what's going on? Is this just like a Romance language thing? Nope. Greek makes the switch at 13, and other Indo-European languages make the switch at various points in between. So why do all these counting systems switch their order at different points? Well, we have no idea. But if you look at all of the Indo-European languages, a pattern starts to emerge. All of these languages did one of three things. They either started with the larger number first, and then the smaller number, and then just stayed that way. So 10 plus 1, and it just stayed 10 plus 1. Or they started with the smaller number first and then the larger number, and it stayed that way, so 1 plus 10. Or they started with the smallest number first and then the larger number, and then over time they switched to putting the larger number before the smaller number. But that change never happened in the opposite direction. It turns out that if you look across all of the world's languages, this is a rule about how counting systems work. Languages can change from putting the smaller number first to the larger number first, but never the other way around. This isn't just true about how languages change, it's also true within every language as you count up the number line from smaller to larger numbers. If the lower numbers put the smaller number first, and then it switches to putting the larger number first as the numbers get bigger, it's never going to switch back. So you'll never see a language with 20 plus 1 and then 1 plus 100. If it has 20 plus 1, you know it will always be 100 plus 1. The reasons for this probably have to do with limitations on our working memory and how we go about forming mental representations of complex ideas. So this pattern we see across all the world's languages is ultimately a reflection of some of the basic features of how human cognition works. And I think that's pretty freaking cool. If you also think that's cool and want to learn more about how language works, give me a follow.